So you're playing Genshin, you're doing some pulls, and you get 5-star Baizhu. Now what do you get with Baizhu besides the green grass snake healer man? Well, Baizhu is a catalyst-wielding Dendro user who is very, very good at healing, especially Hu Tao mains, because we all know that they love to be healed. And in this video, we are going to look at Baizhu, what you need to know about his skill, his burst, and his play style. And thank you, Soup, for allowing me to use video of your Baizhu. Now, just like we do in every single one of these videos, we're going to look at the current build of the current character that we are currently using in the current video. One, it could be a benchmark for later on, but two, just in case this Baizhu's hitting more damage than yours, it might be the weapon, it might be the artifact set. So let's look at Baizhu. So this Baizhu is level 50 out of 60, 29,400 HP, 1100 attack, 193 EM. Crit split 22/55, healing bonus 50.9, ER 127.2. We're more focused on the healing bonus. As a weapon, prototype Amber. Artifacts, 4-piece clamp, constellation C0, talents 222. Now, because this is a 5-star, we're not going to necessarily look at his constellations. We are going to look at his talents, though, his passives. So his first passive, he gains different effects according to the current HP of your current active character. When their HP is below 50%, he gets extra healing bonus. When they're above, he gains a Dendro damage bonus. And the second passive, characters who are healed by his burst will gain an effect for each 1,000 max HP that he possesses that doesn't exceed 50,000. You get a buff to your Hyper Bloom, your Burgeon, your Burning, your Bloom, or your Aggravate and Spread. So this means that he's going to be able to fit into basically any team that needs Dendro. Now, with all of that being read, let's go look at how all of his kit works. So with Baizhu being a Catalyst user, all of his attacks are going to be his element, in this case Dendro. Now yes, he does have Clam. We will have some physical shenanigans going on. I will point that out whenever we get to it, but his normal attacks and his charge attacks are going to do Dendro damage. Something to note though, he doesn't have a big range with his normal attacks. He has to be very, very close to the enemy for his normal attacks to hit. His charge attack does have a little bit further range, but overall it's still really short. It's not like Yanfei or Klee where you can, chunk a bomb or something like that. For his skill, he is going to send out the White Snake, and the White Snake is going to hit 3 enemies. It is going to deal Dendro damage, applying Dendro to them, but whenever it hits 3 enemies, it is going to then return to your active character, so you can swap Baizhu off the field and put another character on, and it is going to then heal your active character. If there are not 3 enemies around, it will go to the enemy like a boss, hit them, do its little snaky snake thing, and then return to Baizhu or your active character and heal them. Now, you're going to start seeing the physical numbers pop up with this because of how Clam Set works. This is not a video about Clam Set, but that's where those physical damage numbers, I think it's like 20k and at some point 11k are popping up from his healing. Now his burst, he is going to actually put a shield, a Dendro shield on your active character. Every 2.5 seconds, the shield is going to refresh. It is going to create a new shield. If the shield breaks or when you refresh the shield, it is going to apply Dendro to nearby enemies. So you have constant Dendro application from his shield, from his burst. Also, it is going to heal your character when it either expires, refreshes, or breaks. When that happens, if we had a second passive, that's where we would start getting that damage buff. So you can use his shield, swap to another character like Keqing, and the shield is still active. Keqing will be getting healed, and whenever that shield breaks or refreshes, it will reapply Dendro to enemies. So this can be very, very good in Aggravate and Spread teams because you have a lot of Dendro going around. It can be also really good in Bloom, Hyper Bloom, Burgeon, all of these teams where you need constant Dendro application. Baizhu can be very, very good, not only because of the shield, not only because of the reapplication of Dendro, but also because of the Snek. So now we're going to look at an artifact set for Baizhu, specifically early game or beginner. Now, because there are no good artifact sets early game to get up his HP, which is what his healing scales off of, then I'm probably going to say Instructor. 4-piece Instructor set's going to be good because most Dendro related reactions want EM, right? And even if he's not damaging the enemy, having him cause some reactions is going to be good because Instructor is going to give EM to your other characters in your party. So this is going to be really, really good for just giving more EM to your other characters, allowing them to do more damage with these Dendro reactions. On main stats, go HP across the board. You're going to get better healing. You can do energy recharge on your sands if you don't have enough in substats, but typically most people are going to do HP across the board. For a weapon, Prototype Amber, 4-star, craftable weapon. Gets up your HP, and whenever you use your burst, it's gonna give some more energy back to him. So this can help if you don't wanna run like an energy recharge Sans. Another weapon that you can do, you do have Ballad of the Boundless Blue, which does get up your energy recharge, but he won't be able to use the passive as much unless you're running him on field. You do also have something like Sack Frags, which if you're gonna be running him as a bloom driver, where you want him to create the blooms in like a Bountiful Core team with Nilou, then you wanna build EM on him completely, and Sack Frags can be really, really good. But early game, more for like a beginner style, Prototype Amber is going to be phenomenal. Even late game, this is gonna be a good option for his healing. So Baizhu can fill a lot of roles. He is a shielder, a healer, and a really good off-field Dendro applier. So if you're running any kind of Dendro team where you want a healer and or a shielder, Baizhu can fill that role, apply plenty of damage. Even with his skill, he can still apply a lot of Dendro. I said damage. He can apply a lot of Dendro through his skill, through his burst. It's all off field, so you can bring somebody like Kaching, you can bring somebody like Yaimiko in. You can do a lot of these different teams that need a ton of off-field Dendro application, as well as a healer and a shielder. Baizhu can fill that role. So he is gonna be very, very good on a ton of teams. And if we were to use him in something like a Hyper Bloom team, then he can be really, really good. I think in this one I was running like Baizhu, Raiden, Farina, and Neuvillette, which was actually pretty good because he can apply enough Dendro to kind of cause that. Neuvillette, especially if you're running Marshmallow on him, you want it to go up and down. There's HP, you want a healer with Farina. So this can be a really, really good option for running something like a Hyper Bloom team, allowing Neuvillette to be your on-field Hydra driver, right? And then you're getting Farina's minion vampire skill damage. You're getting a lot of damage in this team is what I'm trying to say. So that is gonna be it for this video. If you have any questions, do be sure to leave it down in the comments. I'm not sure if I'm going to make an artifact grinding hell on Baizhu. I probably will, but with Clarin coming out later today, I might push that back. I'm sorry, Otara. I know that Baizhu is your favorite, and I'm admitting that he might not get a second video. He will, I promise, I promise. It just may not be tomorrow, or the next day, or the next week. We'll see when it happens, but that is gonna be it. I'll see you in the next one.